Hello dear children, welcome to your social science class again. Today the chapter that I am going to explain is chapter 7, Natural Resources. This chapter is in your page 47 in your textbook, alright? Page number 47, chapter 7, Natural Resources. Now today I will be explaining to you the different types of resources and their examples. The next I will explain to you about the wildlife in India and how to conserve these natural resources. Alright, now the first I will explain to you is natural resources. So what is a natural resources? It is a resource that is formed naturally. Alright, nobody has planted them, nobody has done anything to them, but it has come out naturally. However, some of the human actions have been done earlier, okay, that was thousands and hundreds of years ago, alright, and they formed naturally, alright. So what are the kinds of resources? There are two kinds of resources. One is renewable resources and the other one is non-renewable resources. So in these renewable resources, this one, okay, in these renewable resources, it consists of those resources which can be renewed, which can be brought back, all right. However, for non-renewable resources, those resources which once used, if you use them once, it cannot be brought back, and to bring it back it may require another thousands or even millions of years, all right. So I will explain to you in detail, all right. So coming to renewable resources. Now the first example that I can give you is sun, all right. The heat from the sun, it is a natural resource, right? It is a renewable resource. Now the energy from the sun, even if you use the energy from the sun today, the same energy you will get it tomorrow again, right? So in some places in India, they are using this energy of the sun to get electricity. They are also using it to cook food, all right? And they are doing a lot more things with this sun energy. So if you have seen a water heater, that is also done by the sun energy, all right. The sun energy used to there is some panel, okay, that used to extract the sun energy and then it converts it into heat energy and it boils the water automatically, all right. So a sun energy is very cheap and it is also very helpful in the coming years, okay. They are trying to make more things with the help of this sun energy, and there are also cars that has been made with the help of sun energy. However, in the present generation it may not be quite available. However, with the coming years, with the passing of years, they are trying to make it more available in the market, all right. Then the next one is wind, all right. Wind is another natural resource and it comes under renewable resource. Why renewable? Because even wind, like the sun, we can renew, right? It comes naturally and we can use it anytime and it can be renewed over and over again. So in your picture in page number 48, you will see the windmills, all right. So how this windmill works, when they are being run while the wind, okay, the wind, it pushes these wheels, okay, it pushes them, and then with the help of this windmill they provide energy either in form of electricity or they also take out the water from the underground, all right. So that is wind energy, all right. Then next is soil. Soil is also another natural resource and that comes under renewable resource, that is, that can be renewed. So this soil is so helpful. How? With the help of soil we can plant crops, right? With the help of soil we can grow a tree. With the help of soil we get our daily food that we are getting in the market, right? And if you have, some of you might be having a kitchen garden, right, where you are planting small edible plants there, and then this is all done with the help of soil. So that is renewable resource, all right. Then next is water, all right. Next is water. Water is another renewable resource. With the help of water, we are also able to get the aquatic plants and animals, and some of them are eatable plants and animals, right? Then we also have this water. This water is also used for transportation, like ships, right? And then this water also gives energy, okay? How? With the help of water, with the electricity that we are getting at home, the electricity that we are using at home for cooking or for lighting up the rooms, these are all done with the help of water energy, all right? And that is renewable source of energy, all right? Then coming to the next one, that is forest, all right? Forest is another renewable resource, because even if you cut down a forest, you can plant it once more with the help of water and soil, right? So you can plant forests. That is why during the Environment's Day on 5th of June every year, we are told to plant trees, okay? Even if you cut one tree, you can plant 10 more in the replacement, all right? So that is how we can conserve the renewable resources. However, for conservation, I'm going to explain to you when we come to the fourth point, all right? As of now, we will discuss on how important it is, okay? So this forest is another renewable resource, and it is equally important as the other resources like the sun, the wind, and also the soil, all right? Then coming to the next renewable resource, that is wildlife. So how a wildlife becomes a renewable resource? See, for example, if you have used one animal for your food, okay? So you can rear another animals. So nowadays there are farms, okay, who used to rear animals. There are also dairy farms who used to rear cows. There are also pig farms, right, where they used to rear pigs. Likewise, it is a renewable resource. We can renew them, okay? So all these are examples of renewable resources. Now, how can we conserve these renewable resources? With the time, okay, all these resources will come to an end. Like, for example, the forest. This forest, many people are cutting down the forest because these woods are used for making papers. These woods are used for making houses. These woods are used for making so many things, like maybe the furniture in your house, right? They are also made of woods, and also there are so many things, all right? Even for cooking purposes, we use wood, right? So these renewable resources, if we do not take care of them, they will be finished, okay? Though it is renewable, of course it is renewable, but it will take another thousands and hundreds of years to come back to life, right? For example, a tree, okay? A tree might take few hours to cut down and turn it into a chair, to turn it into firewoods. It takes only a few hours or few minutes, right? But in order to grow another tree, it will take 5 to 10 years, okay? See, that is why some of these renewable resources, we need to take care of them and we need to protect them, all right? Now, say for example, the animals, okay? Some of the animals in our world, they are coming extinct. Extinct means it is getting over, all right? And then if it gets over, we won't find it anymore. And there are some animals which have already extinct. It is no more, all right? We can only see them in the pictures. We can only see them in the internet, right? And it is because the human beings have killed them and used them for their own purpose. Maybe they have eaten them, or maybe they have used them for some, for converting them, turning them into something else, right? Or maybe for medicines, maybe for eatable purpose, maybe for making a cloth, right? So likewise, if we don't take care of these renewable resources, it might get extinct, it might get over, and we may never see them again, all right? And like, for example, again, coming back to forest again, if you don't take care of the forest, it is also causing a major harm in our environment, okay? How? Because the forest is providing us that cool breeze, okay? It is giving us the oxygen, and without oxygen it will become very difficult for human beings to breathe, right? And if there is less forest, the world will also become warmer and warmer. So if the world becomes warmer again, the continents like Antarctic continents, they will become the snows and the ice in those continents, they will start melting, okay? And this will cause even more problems to the future generations. That's why it is said that we have to take care of the renewable resources and we need to protect them, all right? Okay, now let's go to the non-renewable resources. I've already explained to you what is non-renewable resources. That is those resources which cannot be renewed, okay? Once you use it, it is done, it is over, and you will not get it back again. One example is the minerals, okay? The minerals like the metals, the iron ore that you're using, okay? The silver, the gold, all these minerals, once you use them and once it gets over, you will not find it again, all right? Then the next one is fossil fuels, okay? So these fossil fuels are those remains of animals, the plants, the leaves, okay? So those fossil fuels are those fuels which are buried in the ground for millions of years, and then they turn into some minerals which we can use them as an energy, all right? Like for example, the coal, the petroleum, then we have the natural gas, okay? These are the remains of the fossil fuels, okay? Once you use the petrol, once you use the natural gas, it will get over and you won't find it anymore. That's why it is important to conserve them. Similarly, like how we protect the renewable resources or conserve the renewable resources, okay? As for these non-renewable resources, you cannot stop using them because they are so important for our daily lives, right? But one thing that we can do is we can minimize the usage, okay? We can use it in a small quantity, in a small amount, and then we can take it for a long years, okay? We can use it for even more years, all right, if we know how to use it wisely, right? Another example is coal. Coal is used for running of engines like trains, right? And coal is also used for some heat energy, all right? So if we continuously use coal in a big amount, it will also get over and it will go extinct, okay? Similarly with the petrol and the natural gas, which I've explained to you, it will also get over. The petrol and the diesel which we are using in our cars, in our vehicles, that will also get over if we use them in a big amount, okay? That's why we have to minimize the usage and we have to protect them, all right? Then let's go to the wildlife in India, all right? Now in India, wildlife, there are wildlife sanctuaries, we have zoos, right? We have, I can cite you some few examples. Some of the examples of these wildlife sanctuaries in India are the Kaziranga National Park of Assam. Then we have the Jim Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand. We have Gir National Park in Gujarat. You will find this in page number 52, okay? You can turn it to page number 52 and 53. Then we have the Sundarban National Park in West Bengal. Then the Periyar National Park in Kerala. The Ghana Bird Sanctuary in Rajasthan, and the Tragopan Sanctuary in Kohima district. Now these wildlife sanctuaries, what they do, they protect this wildlife. Wildlife are those animals, okay? Those animals and birds which we find in the forest, okay? So in order to protect this wildlife, there are so many sanctuaries, so many national parks which have been set up by Indian government to protect them. And in these wildlife sanctuaries and national parks, they try to lay strict rules to the visitors, okay? We are not supposed to kill them, you're not supposed to steal them, or you're not supposed to cause any harm to this wildlife. In fact, they are given special care, proper treatments are given to them, in order to protect them. All right, this wildlife is so important for our ecosystem. Okay, that's why the government of India is also trying its best to protect these animals. Like for example, see in the picture, you can see the Royal Bengal tiger, you can see the leopard, you can also see the elephants, you can see the one-horned rhino. All right, so these are a few examples. Also the nearest one to us is the Tragopan Sanctuary, which is in Kohima. Okay, so these are the few examples, and these wildlife sanctuaries and national parks, like I said, they are mainly set up to protect these animals and birds, and also to take them forward in a long year. Okay, then why this wildlife sanctuary is so important and why we need to conserve them is because there are few points. All right, one is forest is the natural habitat of animals and should be conserved. Okay, if there is no forest, as I mentioned earlier also, if there is no forest, it will cause harm to environment. Even the rainfall will be disturbed, even the soil will be disturbed, right? There will be so many problems, okay, in our later years. Another reason is that illegal hunting and trapping of animals and food. So there are people who used to kill these animals and birds. They used to sell them, make money with that, right? And they are harming the environment, right? For them, they might think that killing them and selling them, they are earning money for their family, right? But actually, that is wrong and that should be stopped. So these wildlife sanctuaries and national parks have been set up in order to stop these activities. Okay. Then another point is more national parks and sanctuaries should be established to conserve endangered and rare species. Nowadays, in many districts of Nagaland also, they have set up these national parks and wildlife sanctuaries so that they can protect the forest, they can protect the animals and the birds. And the government of India is also encouraging more people to involve in protecting and conserving the wildlife. Okay, so again, why this conservation is more important, because there are people who are depending on these animals and the forest for their livelihood. Okay, like there are certain people who used to make bamboo baskets, they used to make bamboo sofas, or with the help of bamboo they make things that we can use in the kitchen, that we can use in our common rooms, right? Some decorative pieces. So with their skills, they use these woods and bamboos to make earnings for their family, right? So for these people, we need to conserve we need to conserve these resources like the forest and animals. And there are certain people who used to take care of these forests and use them for entertainment purposes, and they are also making a living. Living means they are earning for their family with the help of these animals and birds. All right, so for them also we have to consider, we have to think about them, and we need to conserve. All right, so that's all. Today we have learned about the natural resources, and there are two types of natural resources. One is renewable and one is non-renewable. Renewable are the sun energy, the wind energy, water, all this comes under renewable. Non-renewables are coal, the minerals, right? So this comes under non-renewable. And then we have the wildlife in India, and we all need to participate in protecting this wildlife. And I clearly told you the reasons why we have to do that. Okay, so that's all for today. I'll see you soon with another lesson. Okay, take care.